Is MOOYAH the best kept secret in the fast casual burger scene? With its charmingly goofy brand voice that says things like, MOOYAH's success made dogs hug cats and angels sing 80s songs, MOOYAH entered a crowded field against the likes of Five Guys, Smash Burger, and Shake Shack looking to make an impact. Leaning heavily on their patrons' ability to customize their burgers exactly how they want it, MOOYAH is an elevated Burger King that allows you to have it your way, unless that way is affordable. At well over $20 for a burger, fries, and a drink, MOOYAH is up there with its counterparts in the so-called better burger category in both product quality and price. If I'm spending 20 big ones on a burger instead of mandatory valet parking because I chose to go out on a Saturday night in Hollywood, I want it to be great. And MOOYAH, by all accounts, is, as its home of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, has voted MOOYAH the best burger in DFW multiple times throughout the years, despite the chain now being owned by private equity and ballooning to almost 100 locations worldwide. This week on the show, I'll let my milkshake of knowledge bring all the boys to the yard of curiosity so that you too may know everything I've learned about MOOYAH. Then we'll direct our attention to the people of Yelp to see what they're saying about the very MOOYAH we dined at. This is the Fine Dining Podcast.
Milkshake of knowledge.
We could skip past that. It's always my something of knowledge and your blank of curiosity. And technically it should have been my milkshake of... Your milkshake of curiosity comes to my yard of knowledge, I think would have converged in a more sensible way, but I just always frame it in that format. So
Okay, got it.
I'm a bad guy.
No.
I'm a bad human being for coming up with it in that way. Hello, and welcome to the Fine Dining Podcast, the quest to compare all restaurants to Chili's. I'm your host, Michael Ornelas, and this is the podcast where we dive deep into the history of your favorite restaurants and then thoroughly review them 1 week later by comparing them to Chili's. This week, we're covering the number 3 seed in 2026's upcoming Septemburger tournament, MOOYAH. And joining me is perhaps my favorite person to play board games with. She's one of my good friends as we go back almost a decade now. She's a podcast two-timer, but you can hear her voice peppered throughout almost all of my episodes since late 2023. It's Sandy Rose.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yay. Good to be here.
Can I just tell you a story about my life?
Yes.
I got pooped on by a bird yesterday.
Okay.
What's your response to that?
I have heard that it is good luck.
Okay. Everyone involved in this process, because I was with a group of friends walking, the two people who were directly next to me when it happened were like, "Oh, that's good luck," and I'm like, "There's no way this does not feel lucky." And then we caught up to some other people that were in our group, and they were like, "Oh, that's good luck," and I'm just like, "What is happening?" And then we went into a bar, and I went to ask for soda water to wipe stuff off, right?
You didn't want that on you the rest of the night?
I did not
Weird.
want it as part of me. And they were like, "Oh, that's good luck." And am I the only person who hasn't heard that getting dumped on by a bird is good luck?
I guess you are the only person who hasn't heard that, but I also don't, it seems like an omen to me. More shit is coming.
Yeah. No, I just canceled my plans for the rest of the night and went home. So
because I'm going to pack it up.
Didn't feel lucky.
Pay $20 for mandatory parking and get out of here.
Yeah. Well, that was late. I went home, cleaned up, and then went out.
Got it.
I did not attend a concert with my
soda water.
Anyway, Sandy, do you have a history with MOOYAH?
No, I had never heard of it until we went.
Yeah. That was kind of my situation as well. I did research for what burger chains I want in this year's Septemburger tournament, and I came up with 4 or 5 that haven't been in one of these tournaments yet that felt like must-haves. McDonald's, The Habit, Burger King, Five Guys, Fat Burger.
Wow. All of those I can't believe you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show there's so many hamburger chains.
There's so many. And then figuring out those last 3 spots, I was like, okay, which direction do I want to go? And I ended up picking the Smash Burger chain, this one, MOOYAH. And then I don't know if I want to announce the 8th one because I'm not locked in on what it is yet.
Okay, don't announce it.
But there's a place that's kind of on the same level as MOOYAH in terms of reputation and type of presentation.
Okay.
Called BurgerFi.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Okay. I'm just not going anywhere between now and September that has a BurgerFi close. I'm going to Chicago in a few weeks, and like I could drive to it, but I don't have a guest for that. So
There's not one in LA?
There's not one in LA.
Where did I hear of it then?
There's also a place called Hop Dotty that was like, they're a Texas chain. They're based out of Austin. I remember going to the original one, and they've become a chain now. They have one in Marina Del Rey.
Oh, wow.
So
Good
it's like, there's some here. I don't know what I want to commit to for that last chain. Comment below if there's like a chain that I should do for the 8th one, I guess.
And you already did so many in the other
I've done so many in years past.
Yeah.
And so MOOYAH was one that came up on a list of like, I was just looking up like, what are the best fast food or fast casual burgers? And it popped up, and I only saw it on like one list. But it was so high on that list that I was like, oh, someone thinks this is one of the best burgers out there. And then when I'm not seeing it on other lists, I'm just like, well, but their list is like, they have Jack in the Box on there. So what does their opinion mean?
Yeah.
You know?
What were the other ones on the list that MOOYAH was on? Do you remember?
Like Shake Shack.
Okay. So kind of elevated.
Yeah.
I don't know if other people would consider Shake Shack elevated. But
It is.
I guess
it's part of, there was a wave of burger companies that are like called the Better Burger Boom.
Oh,
and it's like
okay.
Shake Shack, Five Guys, this, Smash Burger. There's a few other places that kind of came along, but they're kind of the notoriously more expensive places that do promote better ingredients and in general tend to be a little bit better if value isn't part of your consideration. And for some people, value is a huge part of your consideration. I mean,
as in like more affordable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like In-N-Out is one of the best burgers for its price point.
Yes.
It is remarkably consistent and it is very affordable.
Mm-hmm. Have you already done that in your...
They won 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. These are kind of like the last 8 that it feels like I haven't done.
There's no more burgers.
But all that to say, I have no history of MOOYAH other than the reputation of researching it. You have no history with MOOYAH. Do you want to hear the history of MOOYAH?
Yes, please.
All right, we're going to jump into this week's Eat Deets.
Eatery details.
MOOYAH is a fast casual burger chain that was founded by veterans Rich Hicks and Todd Ister in Plano, Texas in 2007 as part of the Better Burger boom that included higher quality chains such as Five Guys, Shake Shack, BurgerFi, and Smash Burger.
So it started in Texas. I'm assuming you'll get there next where it went after that.
I haven't like charted its exact growth, but like it is pretty spread out at this point. I mean, the fact that there's some here in California,
totally.
There's some in Texas. There's they have a decent footprint. I'll put a map up on screen here.
Click up. Look at the map.
I might not if I don't find one. But I'll talk later. They do have some locations internationally in an area that might surprise you.
What?
Yeah,
okay.
We'll find out. Some of the aspects touted by MOOYAH's marketing is the build-your-own-burger experience with loads of customization options, as well as their never-frozen 100% certified Angus beef and their non-GMO potato buns that, as of 2011, are baked fresh in-house. They also hang their hat on their fresh-cut fries and milkshakes.
I will say I'm a sucker for some good, better burger marketing stuff. Like if they're like, this is fresh, this is not frozen, and this is baked in house, I'm there. Like I want to eat good stuff.
I think the main thing that people push back on with these is the price point. But when you're going to a place that is telling you this is going to be better quality, I think if you can afford it, you have to make peace with that.
I think that I that's everything. Like, for example, I will pay more for like a quality like practitioner, for example, for some like mental health or like functional medicine or something that's going to be worth it. You know, it's like I'm not going to look for a cheaper product that I want good results from. And like,
what's the White Castle of a doctor's office?
Well, I don't know. What is White Castle in your mind? Oh shit! Okay,
Toward the bottom.
That's a 1 on the tchotchke board. Doctor's office. I mean, this is getting into like politics of medicine and everything. I don't know. I used
Are
to.
Are you trying to say BetterHelp, but you don't want to?
Sure, BetterHelp. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'll talk trash about them. I used to be on Medi-Cal, and they would just give me a random doctor's office, and it's just like I feel like the people there just like it's like, I don't know, they didn't seem to really care. Like if the
Of
nurses
course.
are like, oh, who are you? I don't know. That type of a thing is like, I want to pay for like a doctor who's like going to sit with me and give a shit and ask me questions and like,
and remember you from last time.
yeah, bare minimum, or like specialize in something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they're going to like look at something in the meantime and then come back to me later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of health issues.
I am
That's
very
what we're getting
sick.
into. You have many doctors.
Exactly.
MOOYAH's company voice is comedic in nature with multiple funny write-ups on their website, such as, "A wise man once said, do one thing well. The problem is we couldn't choose between burgers, fries, and shakes. So we said, forget that guy. Besides, who is he anyways? He sure doesn't sound wise. Can he even cook? That guy probably eats tofu."
Oh my God, they're so mean to this guy. He's
But-
supposed to be wise. Give him a break.
They're doubting it. But that's kind of like the overall pervading comedic voice of like when you read their history on their website, you know, they have like, here's our history. It was scribbled on napkins and an intern put it all together into here.
It's kind of aggressively funny,
Yeah.
aggressively humorous.
Yeah. It's funny in the way that greeting cards can be funny.
Some greeting cards can be very funny.
I know. And some of these little blurbs, I was like, okay.
All right, you tried.
Like, I didn't hate the one that I just read to you, but it was also like, all right, you're trying very hard.
Yeah. I'm sure it's difficult to find a balance between like, we have to market this to absolutely everyone.
Like, I think the only way to be organically funny is to be like Wendy's Twitter, where it's like, it's reactive.
Yes.
As opposed to like, here's a thing we wrote.
And we're trying to sell our product at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a little balance.
But I like it. I genuinely, even if it's not funny, I always like that, hey, let's call a spade a spade. Like that kind of energy of like, hey, we both think
Wink.
this is stupid. Yeah, a little bit of a wink to it. I like it. I'm here for it.
I love that for you. We were talking about that phrase earlier. If that's too sarcastic or if it's genuine.
So loaded of like, well, you're just operating on a lower wavelength.
Not for me, but for you, I love it.
I hate that. Dubai became the first international MOOYAH in 2013 and the chain's 50th restaurant, and by late that year, the system was already at 54 units. MOOYAH hit 100 restaurants in 2016 with a store in Tuscaloosa, and later reporting says the chain climbed above 100 units before the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah.
My impression of Dubai is just like rich, I guess, wealthy.
And in so many ways, trying to present Western culture, because Dubai is the single place where so many of these chains that I've covered open an international location.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There are
Interesting.
so many American chains that have opened in Dubai.
Wow. It's making me realize I don't really know much about Dubai.
Yeah.
Everything I know about Dubai, I learned from the Sex and the City movie. Because they go there.
Yeah. Interesting. I have not seen any Sex in the City.
None of the series or the movies or
None of
anything?
it. None of it.
Would you be interested in watching it?
I don't-
Should we start a podcast on that?
Stay tuned.
No, let's not do that.
I don't want to do that. 2017 was a big year for the chain. MOOYAH introduced the Burger Hall of Dang, which is essentially their compendium of build-your-own burgers that have morphed into a secret menu, including the Hamburger Dog, an insane creation where quartered hot dogs are added to a burger with crispy onion strings, bacon, jalapenos, cheddar cheese, and ketchup. To quote Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, their scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
But life finds a way.
But life finds a way.
And we create the Hall of Dang.
We create the Hall of Dang. We create the Hamburger Dog. Great name. The Hamburger Dog is a great name.
Oh, I thought you were saying Hall of Dang is a great name.
No,
Hall of Dang is an okay name.
whatever.
Hamburger Dog, great name.
If they had like 6 A's and it was the Hall of Dang, that'd be so much better. Genuinely, MOOYAH, add 5 A's.
That's true.
Drop the, you know.
It's cleaner.
I like it as this thing of like, well, if you know, you know. But then they actually literally had a board with all their Hall of Dang burgers on it today. So it no longer felt like a secret menu.
Oh, you're right. It did feel like a secret menu. And because you had looked at it before we ordered and you were ordering, and I was like, how does he know? And then I looked to my right and I was like,
yeah,
on the board.
But I did it from memory. I said them without having to reference the board, and I was like, oh, and she, like a good like speakeasy bouncer, was like, I'll open the door, like
exactly.
Yep, the hamburger dog, putting it in. And I was like, oh, I knew it. The well-done, putting it in, and then I look over, and it was like, anyone gets into this club.
Yes.
You
Have
know?
I ever told you about the time? I'm not going to give away the hotel or the event, but my friend and I went to an event downtown, and we were told to roll up to this hotel nearby and say, we're just visiting.
You did tell me
Did I
about
tell you
this.
this?
Yeah.
We're just visiting this one room. And we were like, what's going to happen when we say this? So we came up, we rolled up, and we were like, we're here to visit X room. And he goes, that's all I need to know. And he opened my door, and we just got out, and it was like, handshake deal, we're done. It was the craziest speakeasy moment I've ever experienced.
It's so crazy to realize the world runs in secret ways.
Right.
And when you get to experience that secret way,
it's like touching heaven.
Yeah, I think it would be, I would have a blast if I knew one password.
Oh, yeah.
For just one thing. I don't even care what it is, unless it's like a cheese club.
Oh.
Y'all can have that.
Well, you did know the password. You said the menu items on the Hall of Dang. And she was like, yes, yes, yes. I know what you're talking about.
But it was right there.
You're right.
It's like guessing the Wi-Fi password, and then you look over and it was posted.
But you didn't look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I was here once. I remember it, I think. 2017 was also the year that MOOYAH sold to a private equity firm to help with franchising growth. For me personally, this is always the sign that a company's quality is about to dip. Regardless of private equity, though, the 2020 pandemic led to a recession in MOOYAH locations, as they were down to 81 units by 2022 and lost another 7 by the end of 2024.
That's hard. I guess it's like the owner, what they sell it because they want to make more money or get out of business, or
I mean, sometimes it's just your ambition becomes, how big can I be? And I just think that's the wrong mindset. I think it should be, is my quality still what it was? And if you can add more with that, great. But to be like, my goal now is just to be like, let's get 30 more locations. Let's get 100 more locations.
Well, but it makes me think of like, why did they go into business in the first place?
Yeah.
What, and literally, was it just like, we like making burgers, we want to make money from this?
This was like their third, from what I saw, third restaurant together. They had, or I don't even know if it was a single restaurant, but like they had done Mexican food restaurants before, and they had done like country style restaurants before. So this was just like, well, let's do burgers now.
Wow. I wonder what they're doing now. Do you know?
I don't know. When I hear that they're veterans, my mind doesn't assume veterans can be young, and I know they can be. Absolutely they can be. But my brain is like, these are two old men who retired and then started a burger chain in 2006, 2007, whatever it was. And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I assume that they're like really old
just
now.
Super retired.
But that just might be wrong. I don't know their age. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then for the private equity to still then have the restaurants shrink feels like a step back, but they did have a pandemic to contend with. So kind of forgivable. And I will say, this didn't taste like private equity food.
Ooh.
It didn't. And that's a compliment.
I don't know what private equity food tastes like.
To me, it's cut corners. Like any restaurant you've been to where you're like, has this fallen off a little bit? That to me is an indicator of like, oh, they sold to somebody. Someone else is just worried about aggressive expansion and cutting margins or expanding margins. And to do so, they'll cut corners on like ingredient sourcing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like they'll get the cheaper version of everything. And then eventually that seeps into the product quality and the taste and the experience that you have. I feel like I see that just rampant across a lot of the chains I've been to, that I'm like, I used to love this place. What's different now?
Oh, yeah. No, it all tasted really fresh.
Yeah. So the cleanest hard count is still 74 total units at year end of 2024, but 2025 company materials describe MOOYAH as a nearly 90 unit or over 80 location brand. And the official international page currently lists 5 stores across 3 Gulf countries in the Middle East.
That's just wild. I've never heard of this place because there's literally just so many restaurants.
I mean, 100 restaurants. Let's say they have exactly 100 all in the U.S., which they don't, but like approximately. Distributed evenly, that's still 2 per state. So it's like you're in California, let's say one's in San Francisco and one's in San Diego. You're in LA, you're not going to hear of it. So it's like it's prevalent enough that like anywhere you are, you're not going to have to drive super far to get one. And that's not even true. It's not just 2 in every state, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's regional clustering for sure. But in general, something can have a lot of locations and you still never have heard of it.
Yeah.
Like have you ever heard of Captain D's?
No.
So it's like a Long John Silver's, but it's more East Coast or like, I think Tennessee is, I want to say where it's headquartered. That could be wrong. But there's like 600 locations nationwide.
You can cut this, but I keep thinking, ever heard of Captain D's Nuts?
No.
You can cut that. I just had to say it.
I'm going to search it and then insert it here, whatever that is. Is it porn?
Captain D's Nuts?
Yeah.
No, it's nothing. I don't know. It's just in my head. I couldn't.
Absolutely not cutting that now.
It was low-lying fruit. I had to pick it up.
Dumb. And that'll do it for this week's Eat D's Nuts. Fine dining. Okay, Sandy, I'm shocked that you're doing this podcast and not Joe Rogan due to all of the controversial opinions you've got. This next segment is your opportunity to get canceled for how you feel about food and restaurants. It's time for the Heat Lamp.
Baby, set you under my heat lamp, my heat lamp. Heat lamp. Give you my hottest takes. Controversial but never fake. Getting nasty under my heat lamp. Heat lamp.
So hot right now.
Sandy, the red bulb is burning. What is your restaurant hot take?
Okay, this is more of just like a eating hot take. I don't think that people need to drink during their meals. Like, you don't need a drink with your food.
What does that even, like, why?
Like, I'm never like eating my food and then I need to pause and like take a drink. Like, it just like, it ruins the flow. It ruins the taste profile. It ruins your digestion, probably.
This sounds like you're saying, like, it's a you problem. If you need water to wash something down.
Wow, you need to be hydrated. Weak.
Yeah.
Really weak. No, but I think that, like, the pH of your stomach acid can mix with the drink and, like, ruin digestion.
Let me ask, do you think or do you know?
I know.
No. There's no way that that's just a thing that you know.
I actually think it's true. Look it up. I mentioned earlier that I'm very sick, so I have learned a lot.
So maybe we should disregard any medical
That's right. Maybe
sounding
I should
advice.
start drinking during food. No, but I just think, like, I will drink after a meal.
Yeah.
I'll drink my water, sip my little water. But during a meal, I'm like, I don't need it.
I think the closest thing I have to relating to this, which is not relating to this at all,
okay,
is when I eat a hamburger or something that is like a finger or like in your hand food, not with utensils. I don't set it down until it's done. I think picking up a hamburger and then setting it back down to then eat something else is crazy behavior.
Why? Because you have the perfect handful and you don't want to let go.
You have the grip on it
grip.
and you're holding the elements together. When you do that, the bun separates and now like your bite marks have made the terrain uneven. So it just falls apart the moment you set it down. But also it just feels like this is a single process. I picked it up. I eat it till it's gone. I did that. Now, if you have the burger, that's fine. You can do that twice and you can have that intermission in between. But to me, it sounds like what you're saying is like, don't interrupt the flow. And so picking up a burger and not setting it down is my closest way of relating to that idea.
I guess so. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Do you also not eat, like if you have 3 types of food on your plate, you won't intermix the order that you're eating.
I don't mind it.
Like if there's like meat, peas, and potatoes, whatever.
My brain will usually be like, eat all your fries right now. All right, now move on to the burger.
Okay.
But I think that's just due to like, part of it is the sensation on my fingers where it's like, I don't want my fingers to get a different type of greasy. I want to do
like a sensory experience.
Yeah, it's
for
a
you.
sensory thing.
Yeah.
A burger, you can sometimes get like grease on like your wrist or your hand. And it's like, I hate that. I do not like getting my hands dirty when I eat at
terrible.
all. I'm the kind of guy who like, I will put a napkin there as like a thing to catch. Like I do not like dirty hands at all.
Yeah. I also, if I'm eating, I'm not going to cup it like this, like with my wrists.
What have you ever?
Sounds like that's how you eat it. If
no,
it's rolling
just
down your
sometimes
wrist.
like, I don't know.
Like if I'm holding it, it's going to be like this.
Oh, for me, sometimes burger will like, it'll find an opening like, oh, it'll go down the pinky and then it'll like go that way.
That's like, I don't know if you have experience, like if I'm like washing my face at night and the soapy water like runs down to my elbows. I hate that. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
So, again, it's just a sensory thing.
Sure.
Yeah, that might be similar. I just really think it disrupts the taste profile for me. It almost to me signals, maybe this is just a habitual on my part, it signals the end of a meal. So if I drink, I'm like, oh, I'm done now. And
interesting.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not drinking soda for this year, but to me, there are certain sodas that mix well with certain foods. So like In-N-Out goes with root beer.
Oh.
If I go to In-N-Out, I can take a bite of burger, drink root beer, and to me, it complements the flavor, and then I go back to the burger.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to try that now.
And just like different, like.
See, that's the thing too for me. I think of soda as kind of like a dessert type of thing.
I mean, it's sugar. It's a very sweet thing. So to me, it's just like another flavor in there. Water, I can understand your take from like a dilution standpoint. I don't think it like ruins the palate. To me, it just refreshes it. So it's like, oh, I can have the equivalent of a first bite again.
Oh, okay.
Which is sometimes nice because, you know, you take a first bite and it tastes kind of the most powerful version of it. And then it kind of coats your palate and then subsequent bites.
I think the coating is something I like, though.
Okay.
It might be related to texture stuff.
You just want a one-time coating. You don't want a double coat.
Yeah. But also, I think I get the sense that some people are like, I need a drink while I'm eating.
As a guy who eats a lot of like carbs and bready things, sometimes to help the bread get smaller to go down better.
Okay, hot dog eating contest vibes.
Yes. I want to dunk my food in water.
Ew.
I don't.
Yes, that is the equivalent in my mind where I'm like, I don't need water mixing with this food.
But to me, sometimes it's like it needs it because my throat is feeling heavy.
Coated.
Yeah. So.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, you're out of the hot seat, I guess.
Whew.
You do not need to drink while you eat.
Thank you.
Wild.
Thank you so much.
It's time to turn our attention to other people, though, and hear what they thought about the MOOYAH that we ate at in this week's Yelp from Strangers.
We need a little yelp, a little yelp, a little yelp from strangers. A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4 or 5. So get a little yelp, a little yelp, a little yelp from strangers. A little yelp, a little yelp. Give us those complaints while you literally whine and die. Yelp!
All right, this is Yelp from Strangers, our segment where we turn to Yelp and read out our favorite 1, 2,
3,
4, and 5 star Yelp reviews
there.
of the very restaurant that we went to. Do you mind if I read the first one?
Sure. 5-star review.
It's crazy that was your voice just now that said 5-star review.
Wow. That was me.
This is a 5-star review from Nathan Benning, ... I don't know why that's part of his name, but it is. From San Francisco, California on February 27th, 2026.
Is that maybe because his name ran out of space on the form and it's Bennington instead
No,
of
because
Benning?
I've seen some very long names.
Weird.
Yeah. Samuel is the epitome of what a wingman should be.
What?
Yeah.
This is just from MOOYAH?
This is his MOOYAH review.
Okay.
5 stars for Samuel, who works there.
This is a great opening line. It's like Moby Dick opening line quality.
His white whale, Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel the homie recognized the play from the moment I walked in with my date and knew exactly what to do to break the ice.
Oh, they went on a date to MOOYAH. I wonder which date it was.
Okay, let's
I'm
not
judging.
date shame people who go to. Do you remember that list that went viral of like places that like do not take a woman on a first date?
Yes.
And it was just all the chain restaurants.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that like a first date is, especially if it's like from the apps or something,
Low stakes.
just go somewhere where you can talk
Just
and get to
go
know
somewhere,
somebody.
yeah.
And to me, those places are perfect. It's like, am I going to take you on like a true fine dining Michelin experience on a first? Like that's like we're more serious, or an anniversary or an occasion, or.
But also, I guess just from the framing of this, where he's like, I was glad to have a wingman. I don't know what he's going to say, but apparently he liked what Samuel did for him with his date. It sounds like he wanted this to go well.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, sounds like you really wanted to put in some work for this date.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm judging a little
Yeah,
bit.
but it could be like, this place is the best burger in all of Valencia.
That's right.
So
apparently.
Yeah. Our mental telepathy instantly kicked in, and he guided us through the menu and each other's food options. He set us up with a nice meal and did some playful roasting of my date to add to our evening. Sounds like Samuel was just flirting with his date.
Yeah.
Gonna be real. Top tier service with a smile. Samuel, if you see this, thank you for your work this evening. It sounds like he got laid.
He got laid.
It just
for
sounds
sure.
like he got laid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also sounds like he's Samuel's friend and he wanted to give Samuel a bump to his
But
employer.
in the weirdest way of like, hey,
Yeah.
your employer, I just want you to know that like
Got me laid.
Samuel helped me get it in.
Yeah.
You know?
So not a review of the restaurant.
This doesn't need to be on Yelp.
No.
This is not helping anyone decide to eat here. No one is like, I want to.
Unless someone's like a really anxious dater and they're like, where can I go with it? I'll have a wingman right there built into the experience.
Or they're single and they think they'll go like get picked up or like pick someone up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
4-star review. Let's read this 4-star from Gage G.
Yeah.
I have been intrigued by the place for the longest time. The name alone, MOOYAH, is just perfect. It stands out, is memorable, and so catchy. Saying this name just brings me so much joy.
Really fixated on the name.
We got 2 lines in already, still nothing about it. So much joy, so huge points for this. Came in on a Wednesday afternoon and the place was dead. Great start to this review.
This is a 4-star, by the way. This is a positive.
So if you like eating alone, go here. A worker was training a new guy, but I get that. Not going to hold anything against him for that. Great.
Why would you?
Gage, come on. Food did.
Someone started their job here today. Ugh.
I'll get over it.
Gross.
Whatever. People weren't born working here. That's fine.
Yeah.
Food did take a while to get made, but I really can't be that mad. The guy is new. It's all good.
So between the name of the place and the new guy, we know that everything is going to get like 3 or 4 sentences.
Yeah, exactly.
Each topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once the burger did get to me, oh my, that burger was phenomenal.
2 sentences about the burger.
Ordered the MOOYAH cheeseburger. He's also
3rd.
fully capitalizing MOOYAH to be like.
That is the stylization, though. That is how they do it.
To be, consistent with the stylization.
Literally everywhere in my teleprompter script, I also capitalize MOOYAH.
You are Gage and Gage is you.
Gage is me.
Ordered the MOOYAH cheeseburger with fries and a drink, and it was just so good. The burger was juicy and had so much flavor. The MOOYAH sauce complemented the burger so well. Gotta have some sauce on there. Aw. The bun, too, was so soft. I love his use of so. It's very... the bun, too, was so soft, fluffy, and warm.
That is 6 sentences so far about the burger. Just saying.
It was more than the first guy gave it.
Yeah.
The fries, too, might be the best part. Really had some Five Guys vibes going.
5 guys vibes. 5 guys vibes.
5 guys vibes.
5 guys vibes.
Yeah, I can't.
That is hard.
Seriously, some of the best fries I've ever had.
2 sentences about the Wait, 3 sentences about the fries.
The only reason why this is not a 5 out of 5 is the price. It is very pricey.
That's 2 sentences about the price.
Around $18 for all of this is a bit wild, but in today's economy, it is to be expected. Still, I do think that the more I come here, the higher the score will get. Wow, it's going to keep going up.
Eventually, it'll be a 6.
Right. I mean, like, he's out of 4 already.
Yeah.
Well, that was very sweet. It was very endearing.
He's just very enthusiastic. I genuinely, I'm making fun of it, but like,
no, it's
I love
cute.
the enthusiasm.
Yeah, exactly. I do like it as well. He's given 12 burger reviews.
This also felt like a high schooler when you're assigned an essay and you have a word count to hit. And you're like, how many ways can I say the same thing? This kind of felt adjacent to that.
Yeah, absolutely. He was trying to fill the space with all the so's and everything.
Hey there, it's me, Michael. And now that we're in season 4, I'm adding more content to my Patreon. Not only can you hear the extended Yelp from Strangers segment with 3 more reviews, and not only can you get an exclusive full episode covering an extra chain restaurant on the last day of each month, but I've added an extra chat with my guests where we discuss their go-to fast food and chain restaurants and talk about why they love them so much. I hope you'll come check it out, and you can get your first week completely free of charge. That's patreon.com/finediningpodcast. I appreciate and love you all. Back to the episode. And that is part 1. Tune in next week as we tell you what we thought about our meal at MOOYAH. Sandy?
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Tell people where they can follow you on your socials if that's a thing you want them to do.
Well, maybe not.
All right. You can follow this show on Instagram and TikTok at Fine Dining Podcast. You can join the conversation on my Discord. You can support the show directly by going to my Patreon. You'll get an exclusive episode every single month, exclusive conversations with my guests where I talk about their go-to restaurant rotations, and the full uncut version of the Yelp from Strangers, and occasional other little things that I decide to do for it. Every dollar supports the show directly, so I obviously appreciate every Patreon subscriber that I get, but also every non-Patreon person that just enjoys the show. I appreciate you as well. We will just be here one more week waiting on our table. We'll see you next time as we review MOOYAH. Thanks for watching. Have a fine day.
Waiting on our table, step is done and we had some fun. Now we're waiting on our table. Join us next time, we're stuck in line. Waiting on our table. We're so hungry, tummy's grumbling. Waiting on our table. We gotta continue our search for mediocrity. Yeah. Waiting on our table. We'll be waiting, anticipating, and waiting on our table. Shrink me in next week, we're digging in, 'cause we're waiting on our table. Got an appetite, but just sit tight, 'cause we're waiting on our table. Search will continue when we see you next week. But until then, we're just waiting on our table. Waiting on our table.
Have a fine day.